Ombadu. Welcome to Fubaruba channel. I am your host, Baloo. Is everybody ready? I don't think a lot of that came through the microphone, but alrighty. Goonbake or whatever your intro is. Konbaru. No, that'll okay. I'll have to trust you on that because when I was looking at the meter on OBS, it definitely did not have everything coming through. Oh, game. Ah, shit. Is this because I didn't have the controller plugged in when I started the game up? Hold on, let me check. Settings. Input. Why? Why did you forget everything? Why are you not, never mind. What the heck? What the hecky? Why are you not working? Don't understand. Okay, I guess I'm gonna just try resetting it. Give me one moment. Input. I gotta, hold on, I gotta reassign all the buttons. It forgot all of them. E, A, Y, X, L, R, select, start. Okay. Start. Think. Up. Down. Left. Right. I don't know why those all got cleared, but let me open it real quick to make sure that I fully saved them. Okay, it did. Good, 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 good. You made a silly voice and asked how everyone is doing, and I could hear it. Well, I know that all. I know that all went through, but after I asked if everyone was ready, I held the E for a long time, and I had my voice do some funky things, and I don't know if all that went through. That's mostly what I was referring to. Goonbake. That was Eightfold's interpretation of Kombaru. Okay. Now the controls are working. I don't know why the emulator forgot my key bindings, but at least I was able to fix it pretty quickly. Roll out for some reason. I think that'll change the volume for you guys at all. I missed all that, but everything looks and sounds good. Okay, good. I can't remember. Did we finish getting all the equipment we wanted to get? Yes. He's all kitted out in Mithril. I think Cecil we got kitted out in Mithril. Mithril everything except the wrist. Still got the garnet. Or the gauntlet. I keep wanting to say the garnet something, but then I remember, oh wait, no, that just says gauntlet. I can't remember. I think I tried putting the mithril whatever that is on him, and it wasn't as good as the gauntlet, so I left the gauntlet on him. I'm pretty sure. I think I did. Hello, Bismuth. Also, hello, Rahbiel and Afold. I did not technically properly say hello to either of you. Hello, everybody. And then if I remember correctly, I don't think either of these guys were able to equip a lot of the mithril stuff. I think. Okay, so. I think the next thing we need to do is, if I remember correctly, there's a kingdom that's like a matriarchy, and they have a crystal, and we need to go get their crystal and try to exchange it for Rosa. I think that's the next thing we have to do. I think that ties into the cave where we're, ironically, despite all of this equipment we just got, not able to go into it while equipped with metal. So we will ironically have to unequip a lot of this shit we just bought. But to be fair, the characters that we would have to unequip all that stuff from were already equipped with metal, so we would have had to unequip what they were wearing anyway. So it's still good that we got all this shit so that we have it for later. Just gotta remember where the hell that kingdom is. I think we'll find a familiar face there too. Yes, we should run into a certain someone who used to be a part of our party and has been missing for a while. And we're definitely very excited to see him. So thrilled. Okay. Trying to remember where it is. I think that might be it. Because I think, if I remember correctly, I think we're gonna... if I remember correctly... Yeah. Yeah! Get a little foggy in the moat. Yokoso, Oroya Jo. 旅の方ですね。ゆっくりしてください。I will try to take it easy, sir. クリスタルのことで、ならば、場内、新刊、 私に我るが良い。に使える現実なぐれぐれもぐれぐれ。What's that? 失礼のないよう Might want to check that frog might have been a person at one point. There's a very high probability that if we see a frog, that it has probably been a person at one point. In this Final Fantasy specifically. アオシャンの居残りが流れ着いているらしい。本人は王子と名乗っているらしい。Hello, Onyx. How are you?私たちがどこまで国を守れるやろ。おばあさんではないね。ではないわ。I'm not an old lady. Don't call me an old lady. でも大臣。このトロヤは女たちのによって守られている。我ら、is it 我ら A? Are you using the he as a particle, or is that one of the things that is a bit difficult about you using literally no kanji in this version in this game? 私も実はみんな女さ。Hope you get well, Leg. Yeah, he's been feeling sicko for a while. I feel bad. バロンが女動きをやるらしい。ここにも襲っては来ないだろう。And I think these guys just say something about like, I'm not a dancer, I'm a 踊れブレイナー。私はこのヘイダ。これはレオタイレオタードのようだが我々のShe said 我々 Hell yeah We love a bitch that says 我々戦闘服動きやすいし何知るファッショナブルだろI agree, it is very fashionable. Leotard! Wait, it's you? What, why is it you? Rio. God damn it. What's down in here? I forget what's down. Oh, right. This very impractical prison where we're just able to fully walk in, and this person could easily walk out if they wanted to. ここは、ある、地下道が今では宝物なっている。金官様のおゆるがあるのかWe have not spoken with them. But I should probably not try to tell you that I have permission to go through until Yotaro? Hey, don't kink shame her. It's like a kink thing, don't worry. Same brain cell. Okay, when you now that I'm remembering that Mr. Onyx does in fact enjoy him some leotards on his men, which I'm not saying that I don't. Kent. High potion. I'm dead. Ether. Luby no Yubi wa ruby ring. And another ruby ring. Also funny and low that we said it at the same time to the point on Baloo's screen it was the opposite order. Oh god. Hold on, let me check. Wait. For me, I'm seeing it in the same order on both. Nobody bothered to shut the side door to this prison cell. Now, did you remember to lock both of the doors? Yes, Mom. You made sure to lock the front of the prison cell and the back of the prison cell. Did you? That's what I thought. Go make sure. 病院 or 病人が oh, that must mean like sick person. Because like first I thought he was saying like hospital because that's what byoin means, but like the bio in hospital means sick, and then nin is like it means person a lot of the time, so bio nin probably just means like a sick person. Fuset must oh, like he's just saying like be like it doesn't sound as rude in Japanese as saying be quiet. Like he's not being like you're fucking loud, shut up. He's just like, you know, please be quiet because you know there's a sick person in here is basically what he's saying. And here is that sick person. We know this sick person. Irabato immediately goes to shut. Exactly. We forgot to shut the other door on the prison cell. Now it's showing it the same order. I thought it was because I was in top chat accidentally. Ah. Byonin is what we we pure cancer. God damn it. You got hit with the anime wasting disease. Don't worry. He's not actually gonna die from it. He's just bedridden and never joins the party again. What about the Seshiruga? Or no, Seshiruka. Not a god, it's a ka. Buji dattanda. Buji dattanda ne. Boku mo tatakao yo. Tragic balut. I mean, okay, look. A younger me would have been like, damn, if only he did die, but these days I'm much more fond of Gilbert slash Edward slash whatever you want to call him. I just hate having to actually use him in my party. But I actually like I've come to appreciate him as a character in this story more as time has gone on. IDK, he does kind of look like he has anime mom. Actually, I think now that you mention it, I think his hair is in like when you look at the official art, I think his hair is in like a loose pony, possibly. I can't remember. Sonakara or dade. Oh, karada de. I was gonna say dade would be like a really clumsy thing, like a really clumsy particle in Japanese. That would sound really weird. But karada de, like this body, nani ga dekiru, otanashiku, nette, basically just being like because of this body, like what can I do? Um Basically lamenting the fact that like he is a person of fragile disposition and therefore not able to help. At least he's not doing Fortnite dances in the party in your party like Yuffie mod that replaces Yuffie's victory animation to replace. Honestly, if there was a mod that made Yuffie act like a piece of shit Gen Z kid, I would probably use her more because that would be funny. Hera-san, 言ってくれたんですね。すみません。僕がアンナを殺したも同然です。I think like he's apologizing to Tella and basically blaming himself for Anna dying, even though like we saw what happened. The country fucking got carpet bombed. It's like there's not really much you could have done to save her, my dude. But it's one of those dramatic moments. He has to feel guilt for it. And Tella just says dot 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 because as much as Tella has racist grandpa energy, even he understands in this moment that Gilbert is being kind of stupid for blaming himself. Yuffie is 100% Gen Z energy, and hell yeah. Hello, Misharu. Welcome. This one just watched the TFS Abridged series of FF7. I have not watched that. Star Cecil, my milkshake can't bring the boys to the yard. 本当に Oh, yeah. And then he's Young says, "Get about the whole その今は養生せねばヤン、君も無事だったのか。じゃあ、リディアも?" And he's asking, if you're here, then Rydia's here too, right? And then Jan is like, unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, she is not. So ka, wai so ni, minna ga katteiru. Tomo ni boku wa sakenai yo. Everyone's being sad, and then Sid is like, "Daijoubu ja," because he's an old man, but he has the opposite old man energy of Tella. Him and Tella are like the yin and yang of old man energies. この指導とエンタープライズがついとるけば知るや。餃子が世話になったそうじゃ。わしに。Oh yeah, we love washi. It's almost as good as ware ware. 任しとくんじゃな。あなたがシード。じゃあ、うまくいくってよ。Oh yeah, because like I guess this is the first time that Gilbert and Sid meet, isn't it? And then now Gilbert is realizing, oh, I asked Yang about Rydia. I should probably ask Cecil about Rosa. And then Cecil is explaining that, like, well, we came here to Troya for the crystal because I think there's a mistake here in the script because Cecil is already talking about the dark elf who has the crystal that belongs to this kingdom, and we have not actually talked to the matriarchs of this kingdom yet, so we don't actually know that the dark elf has the crystal yet. So I think when they wrote the dialogue for this scene, they just assumed that the player would have talked to the matriarchs first before we come to this room and then discover Gilbert. Meanwhile, I've been playing Tales of Destiny, which gives us the Blue Lightning Bard, Carol, or Kai, I'm not sure how that's pronounced. You don't care that he's built like a twig. He wants revenge and will beat you with his loot to get it. I'm joking, but I find it funny. His design is practically the same as Gilbert, but he's way more proactive. Uh-oh, sequence break. Thankfully, like little this little tomfoolery moment in the dialogue it's not gonna like fuck anything up, you know. Like we're still gonna have to go talk to them eventually before the story can progress, because I think they have to give us something, I'm pretty sure. So either way, we're gonna talk to them. And then Gilbert's like, the dark elf? あ、セシル、これを持っていてくれ。say, これはギルバート says, 僕の代わりさ、持っていってくれ。ひそひそ、上、ひそひそを手に入れ。Okay, so like, セシル、ローザを必ず。So, okay, so since Gilbert is a bard, his weapon has been like, um, what's the term? Lutes? Like the or lute harps. I think they might have just translated it as harps, but it's like those little harps that you're able to hold and like carry around with you. And I can't remember if those are technically called lutes or not, but I think in the English version they just call them harps. But anyway, um, so because we told him that we have to go to the cave where the dark elf lives because we're clairvoyant and know that that's what the matriarchs are going to tell us, um, he has given us one of his little harps. And he has not really elaborated further. He just gave us the harp. And now lute is like banjo. Oh, is it really? Okay, maybe. Okay, then maybe harp is a good translation for what they've been using. Because I don't know. I thought that like when it's like one of those like little ones that you can carry around with you, that it technically has a different name. Anyway, so Gilbert is alive, but he is bedridden. And as you will notice, there's another of his. Wait, I thought he used a lute. He looks like a lute guy. He does look like a lute guy. That's the thing. He has like the look of the typical like bard character. And like uh now that Rahbiel said it, I feel like most of the time when you see characters with that design, they are carrying around like the instrument that's shaped like a little guitar. So that would make sense for that to be a lute. But thought that like when it's because like you know how instruments are, they have so many like really specific names for like when it's like basically the exact same goddamn instrument but like a slightly different version, like the difference between like what's it, like a violin and a fiddle. Like I can't remember what the actual technical difference between the two is, but there's like it's something incredibly basic and stupid. But Shinkan様たちは1、2、3、4、5、6、8人姉妹、代々クリスタルに使えられている。Okay, just talking about how like the people like Shinkan sama. I don't know what Shinkan means, but I'm assuming it doesn't mean what it means in Shinkansen, which is like fucking subway. But Shinkan sama, like the people who rule over this kingdom, there's 8 of them, and they protect the crystal, whatever. Yaban Nao wa kuni o osameru yori Haru Rukani. Okay, so yeah, these 8 ladies are the ones who watch over this kingdom. They're all identical and all wear the exact same clothes. Yay! How you doing, Gamer Doji? It has been a while, Miss Janiki. Ah, I miss you too. How are you? Ohayou gozaimasu, Fubakun. Ohayou gozaimasu. I did actually just wake up recently, despite it being the middle of the day. スノークリスタルこれがyeah, now we're actually learning about the existence of the dark elf. Oops. I don't like, it's one of those things where like you talk to each of them and they just have like one line of dialogue. I think they might just be like this as a sort of reference to Final Fantasy 1, because when the original version of Final Fantasy 1 released on the NES, each character could only say one line of dialogue at a time. So there was this part in the game where they needed, yeah, this is like the 12 stages of FF1. Yeah, exactly. There was a part where they needed like a lot of lines of dialogue in order to do exposition. So what they did was they just had like, instead of you going to find one sage, you go to find this area where there's like 12 of them, and each of them has a line of dialogue. And so I think they set up these 8 ladies to kind of be like that. Like if you put all of their lines of dialogue together, it basically just boils down to, the crystal was taken by the dark elf. He's over there in that cave where you can't go in if you have metal on you. Like that's what it all boils down to. But in order to explain it properly, they needed like 8 lines of dialogue. So they just, you know, as a reference to how Final Fantasy 1 would have handled it, they had all 8 of those lines of dialogue spoken by different characters. And this is where they would keep their crystal, if they had one. But they don't, because it got stolen by the Dark Elf. So now we have to go beat up the Dark Elf. So now we are ready. Well, we're not ready. But we're getting ready. Okay. I think, if I remember correctly, around here somewhere is, yes, I think up here is a chocobo forest. We need to get a black chocobo, and we're gonna go up here. Because I have been grinding a fun game and trying to grind at life, my wallet looking like the inside of Megumi's shadow, and my bank account looking like I got a constant debuff number going down. Ooh, I feel that right now. Thought life grinding was supposed to be fun. Wait, I'm thinking of something completely different. Does this dark elf have a bunch of beasts, or is it a female dressed scandalous, like scandalous while using lightning spells? It is closer to the former than the latter. It's not exactly either of them, but it is definitely closer to the former than the latter. First, let's see if there's anything within the town of Troya that we should be checking out. Some ladies dancing in the water. If I remember correctly, I think they do sell like, yeah, because like they know that you've most likely gotten rid of all of your equipment that isn't metal, so they're like, here's some garbage equipment that you can actually wear inside there. Great bow. A great bow. Yippee! Flash a large mage build skeleton with a sexy voice and you're safe. Unfortunately, I will say the dark elf and this is not Ikuri Nanja Odokashi Muko ni ikan ka. I think it's just supposed to be that he's a pervert who's spying on these nice ladies in the water. Hello, nice ladies. Hello, nice lady. If I remember correctly, I think there's some stuff hidden in here. Some items that we will possibly run into. Oh. Unfortunately, the dark elf, I can assure you, is not sexy at all. He is quite creepy looking. Oh my god. Hello, Naming Way. You are quite speedy in the water. I do not require your services, but I nonetheless feel compelled to speak to you every time I see you because I find you incredibly charming. This way. Yeah, here's an item. 1,000 gil. What does this person have to say? Hiso. Teru? Ko. Ni. 飛ばせる不思議なくさ Not know what you said. Something else. Doru. Doru? Is a skep doll. Do not know this term, sir. They only yassified him in Strangers of Paradise. Dark Elf is kind of a little gremlin. He is. Firstly, I'm kicking Dark Elf cheeks. Don't mess with a proper jack of all trades mage build. We are going to kick his ass. Do not worry about that. I do fully intend to kick his ass. Just have to actually get over there and have some level of preparedness because we are technically unable to use a lot of the Hell yeah, welcome to Troya. Hope you have a splendid time. Anything in here? Oh, there's a lot of people in here. Get wrapped up in Naming Way's very messy love life. I do like how in the DS version and all of the 3D versions based on the DS version, since they have voice acting, you can't change any of the characters' names. So instead, they had to write a different purpose for Naming Way into the game. And it starts with him having an identity crisis because he's like, but my whole purpose is to help you change your name, but I can't do that now. What the hell am I doing here? It's very funny. I like it a lot. mean, I don't know what that is, but I'm not gonna buy it. Thank you, old lady. Ah, I'm supposed to show you something and then you will open this door. But I do not know what I am meant to show you, so I cannot do it.あら、お兄さん、どうぞ。ごひに、Thank you. あら、僕、ちょっと、かわいいじゃない。Interesting dialogue. I think they might be implying that this dancer lady that I was just speaking to is actually a man. Everyone, y'all need to get out of my way. I need to go up the stairs. No! Ma'am. Thank you. Otaku-san, お金は大丈夫かい？から先ははいよ。I don't know what you just said. Yoっしゃ。なんでも、世界にないな。What are you doing staring at the corner of the wall? そう。父、僕のジェニファーに、oh, you poor man. Some old man has taken his Jennifer away from him. お料理、なくちゃ。Exactly that. I mean, I know you were talking about food, so something about food. このおじいさん、昔の冬伝がで、もう、だり、この時じゃ、わしが、ゴブリンに振りある人じゃ、oh, he's bragging about this one time I got a critical hit on a goblin. Wow. Me at the man. Have you considered cuckoldry? So how's life been treating you, Fuba? I apologize for missing your streams and videos. I've just been overwhelmed, and I feel bad for not helping get your viewer count up. Well, if it's any consolation, I do not mind my viewer count being low. I would prefer to have a smaller audience anyway. I feel like having a large audience would make me feel extremely overwhelmed. But I'm sure that goblin was in the top percent. My Rattata is in the top percentile of Rattatas. Well, bad news. I got fired. I had a job that seemed really good, and it was really good for a while. Urusai wa ne. go yoku teru. Um, it was a really good job for a while, but then it started to suck. And I was kind of in denial about the fact that I should have probably just left. And I kept trying to stick with it, hoping that if I just like transferred to a different shift or whatever, or you know, something like that, that things would get better. And to be fair, I do think that if I had managed to pull that off, that things would have gotten better, because it was really only like the supervisors on the shift I was on who didn't really seem to like me very much. Whereas the supervisor on the other night shift always was much better to me than them. So I do think that if I had switched to the other shift, that things would have been okay. But they were dragging their feet about letting that happen, and so they ended up firing me. So right now I'm in the process of looking for a job, but thankfully I'm not like destitute or anything, because I guess long story short, I did have a retirement fund set up with that job, and I had put a decent amount into it. And one of the things about what's it called? One of the things about going from one job to another is it's not, you can't just roll whatever retirement fund you have at your previous job into the next one, you know? So I was like, well, I'll just withdraw that money and I'll rely on that until I find a new job. And I am trying to find a new one, but I'm not like starving or anything like that. I'm not like behind on my bills or anything. Do we need to use the inn? No, everyone. Still pretty topped off. Still mad at them about it, not gonna lie. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not like trying not to dwell on it, but I am still fucking furious about what happened. But you know, you live and learn. And sometimes the thing that you learn is that people are even shittier than you already thought. All right. Let's see. How many types of equipment do we have? We don't have a ton of stuff that I think we can actually wear inside of the cave. I don't think. Okay, I want the high potions underneath. Now we can put the high potions up there. And then put the ether in the ether dry. up here. There we go. I really should set up a retirement. Imagine turning game currency into real currency. Oh wait, they'd probably tax that to hell and ruin it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So just to be safe, let's see, what all do you have? How many ruby rings do we need? We have 2, unless anyone's already equipped. They are not. Hey, Baloo, how are we doing? We're doing pretty good. We're just getting kitted out for going to beat the shit out of the Dark Elf. I guess we'll need 2 of these. And then we'll need 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these, and 4 of these. That way we actually have shit for our characters to wear once we get to the cave. And then pretty sure we have arrows, but they're iron arrows, so I think we might not actually be able to use those, which is creepy. Look, we don't have enough money for the bow and arrow. Go ahead and get that. Do we have the bow? Well, yes, time to grind for a little bit. Whee! Too bad you don't have a bone mine nearby. I don't know if that's as effective of a money laundering tactic in this game as it is in Final Fantasy XII, where you've been employing it. Go, Sid, go! Hell yeah. Thankfully, These fights do give a pretty good amount of money, so it shouldn't take us too long to save up to buy a bow and arrow. Well, a bow and some arrows. Where is it? Fight, there we go. Goodbye. Oh, and Cecil leveled up. I got a diet food. Neat. No. We must heal Tella before he die. Heal everyone. And also burn all the enemies. Ancestral? What brought that on? Oh, Sid leveled up. Yay! It's messed up how normal sounding Bone Mine sounded in my mind that the power of grinding for that's the power of grinding for 4 days straight. That is good for if you need to get through the later parts of the game quickly to grind for that long. Okay, so 1 bow, and then 10 for 300. How many can we get? $43. Do we want to get fire? I think that's I think Cody is ice. And Kazuchi, I think, is light, if I remember correct. No, Hono is fire. Fire, ice, or lightning? What should we go with, guys? A bit random and related, I just got scolded by a character in Hades 2 for pausing the game during a They don't want you cheating on their watch. I've been used to how a sitar looks through Demix, but I looked it up. That's a long bonk. LDR said, I control time, not you. Fine, go take whatever's so much more important, you laggard. Nice. So I try to evenly balance the arrows. I suppose that's not a bad idea. Let's see. What if we go with about 15 of each? $15 of each, maybe? That's good. I have to buy each arrow individually. FF12 pampered me. Yeah, in the 3D version of 4, they change it so that you just have to have like a quiver of, you know, the arrows and they're infinite. But in the original version of Final Fantasy 4, each time you fire an arrow, it's like in the Zelda franchise where it like literally consumes the item. So you have to like individually buy the arrows that you're going to fire. Speaking of which, let's check our items. We literally have, yeah, see, our inventory is getting pretty full. Because this dungeon we're about to do fucking sucks. Like we're literally just gonna fucking throw most of this shit out. This dungeon, those can be collapsed into each other. There we go. Also fucked up how the first time I played Final Fantasy XII, I'm cucked for making Balthier a mechanist because I thought he'd be the one fit for that. Wait, how are you cucked by that? Is it because of the one weapon? They were like, haha, you get no magic or skills or weapon. The thing is, I think in the Zodiac version, the version with the jobs, I think it's supposed to go with one of the like ranged classes for him. I can't remember if the machinist is able to equip ranged weapons. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm gonna grind a little bit more because I don't think 15 of each type of arrow is gonna be enough. And also, we should probably stay at the inn before we actually head to where we're going. Sometimes in later games, I wish they gave us consumable items like shurikens again. Mostly so Bro has a more practical use. I do kind of like the, you know, making it so that when you use weapons like that, you have to have the ammunition to use them. I think that like um I think to me the issue is you have to make it a worthy trade-off, you know? Like if a weapon uses ammunition, that weapon needs to be better than a weapon that doesn't have ammunition. Which, to be fair, if you went by that logic and you were using guns instead of, you know, bow and arrow, one of the issues that a lot of these games run into where they when they have guns in them is that they have to make guns weaker than like significantly weaker than they are in real life, because otherwise they would just be the better weapon choice 100% of the time. But that's because most of the time they're giving you infinite ammo. If you made it so that guns were something where you could only use it when you had ammo and made the ammo somewhat scarce, then you could make it so that guns are actually significantly better than swords, and just make it so like because of the ammo being limited, you would be less incentivized to use guns constantly, you know? Quad no Ike? Sure, whatever that is. Oh. That's why I gave him that. But I can't get the other types of weapons for that class because you only get through hunts and sealing. Oh, right. Because the measures, you can't buy the measures. Which is it's certainly a choice. Certainly an interesting design choice. Like, how am I supposed to know which disposable weapon is gonna hit hard enough? I think the trade-off there typically is guns hit harder based on accuracy instead of strength, so you have to think differently. In some games, yes, that is true, but I think in some of them they just make them less damage less in general because of the fact that they're ranged and therefore can hit things that melee weapons can't, and so they're like, well, the trade-off is we'll just have to make it so that it hits less hard. And it's like, in theory that is a good balance if you're assuming that the gun can just be fired infinitely. But it's not very accurate, and also you could theoretically just make it so that it can't be fired infinitely. You could just make it ammunition, you know, make it so that you have to have the bullets to fire it. Because like all these games, like, well, that and range get a lot of debuff skills to compensate. True, but like it's one of those things where like every game kind of approaches it differently, you know, like every developer, even within the same series, you know, the fact that, you know, ranged weapons went from needing ammunition in the early Final Fantasies to not needing ammunition, like each developer approaches these kind of things differently. They come up with their own different formulas for how things are calculated and stuff. So it's something that you have to feel it out as you go, figure out what the specific mechanics are for the game that you're playing. And I don't know, sometimes I just feel like the mechanics are kind of silly. I love these kind of games though, but sometimes I feel like the formulas could be better thought out. How dare you? How dare you stop my old man? That is one thing that does suck about this original version of 4, since there's no ATB meters on screen. When a character gets stopped or slowed or hasted or anything like that, it's a lot harder to keep track because they don't have their bar on screen for you to see how it's moving. So you have to really be paying attention to what's going on and remember who got hit with what. I'm just not gonna bother having Telly use magic right now, because otherwise we end up, if we rely on his magic and then put it in every time he runs low on packs, then it'll take us longer to save up money for more arrows. And I want to get a few more arrows before we head out, because I feel like 15-ish of each is not gonna be enough for the dungeon. I really love the battle music in this game. I love the music in this game so much. It's so good. No, my old man has been weakened. No, my other old man has been binded. We will use your magic to heal you, though. There we go. Stop beating up my old men. I guess Yang is technically an old man too. He doesn't really have grandpa energy the way the other two do. Thank you, Cecil. Fuck you, Mr. Plant. Let's see. Oh, never mind. We're gonna fight a battle, and then we'll go see how many arrows we can afford now. Bye! We exploded you. In a ball of fire. I never even checked their item shop to see what kind of items they sell. I'm a dummy. Let's see. So go with that first. And then $18. I guess let's go with. Oh no, wait. We'll just hold on to the rest of that. So we're gonna stop at the inn. No, move. Get out of my way. I'm trying to save the world, woman. What do you got? Same old shit as everyone else? Okay, cool. Then I'm not gonna bother buying anything. We are ready to go. Let's go. Okay, so thing is, the airship cannot land in forests. You know what can land in forests? Black chocobos. They're exclusively able to land in forests. They're also the only kind of chocobo that when you get off of them, they will actually stay where you left them. They do not run away. So, the only way that we can get from where we are to where we need to go is to get ourselves a black chocobo. How are we going to do that? You may be asking yourselves. Luckily, there is a little broken off area of forest up here that is a chocobo forest, and within that chocobo forest we will find multiple different kinds of chocobos. So we're gonna go get ourselves a chocobo. See, we have the regular chocobo. These guys, when you get off of them, they run away. And they also cannot fly. The white chocobos, you can't ride them. They just replenish your MP anytime you talk to them. That's all they do. The black chocobos, on the other hand, who look purple, but they're black. When you grab them, you start flying and this bomb-ass music starts playing. And we love them for that. Okay, so, anyway. Take him up here. Now this is the cave we need to go to. Now, he will thankfully just wait here for us. If I remember correctly, is that they'll wait here, and then the next time you get on them, they go back home. So like whatever forest you got them from, they will go back there. So basically, we can use him to get over here, and then we can use him to get back. We can't really just use the black chocobos to go wherever the fuck we want. They're really only meant to be used as a way to get flown over to and land at places where there's no like open area for the airship to land, because the airship can only land on like a field. It can't land on a forest or a mountain or whatever. So now that we're in here, we're gonna have to change everyone's fucking equipment. Gig economy choke. I think if you're right-handed, you're supposed to hold the bow in your right hand. Why are you not letting me take it? Oh my god, it's because there's nowhere on here for you to put... I'm going to shoot myself. Okay, so we're gonna have to throw some stuff out. I'm afraid to throw out this, like, because there's certain things in here that I literally don't know what it is. Oh, hold on. Okay. It didn't collapse these items together, which is very silly of them. But, okay, that'll make things a little bit easier. There we go. Now we should be able to. Yeah, there we go. Wait, why are you still not able to... Why? Do we have to change the equipment outside of the cave? Is there a... Okay, there we go. Okay. I guess let's start by equipping... We'll start with the fire, I suppose. Shoot, I didn't realize I bought 4 of each helmet when we only needed... I didn't realize the shop was selling 2 different kinds of helmets. Okay. So a wood helmet or a bone helmet? Which one should I have to equip? Cecil can't hold 2 things. He better be able to hold 2 things. 31 and 32. Okay, so no, that's not Honet, but Honet. Onetsuki. No idea what. Anyway, they're selling it at that town, so I'm assuming it's on the Fuku and the Fuku. I think wood. Bow goes in the opposite hand, so you use the dominant hand to draw the string. That's, see, when I think of it logically, that's what I would do, but I wasn't sure if that's technically the proper way to do it, because I never actually fired a bow and arrow in my life. Like, not actually like a real one. I've played with like toy ones, but same thing. Watching everyone's stats go down because I'm having to switch their equipment out for non-metal ones is genuinely painful. Okay, ruby ring. Okay. We'll have to wait until we're done switching everyone else. I'm going to throw away everything we don't need. So, I don't think he's going to have anything for his other hand. No. 6. So yeah. I prefer this to shrinking ourselves in FF3. Okay, when you put it that way, yes. When you put it that way, 100% yes. That is correct. I guess for you, I technically didn't need to buy anything. I think well, this might. Oh. You can't equip the ruby ring? Die. Misiriru notes that. Do I have a staff for you? Ice rod. Suppose we will have to hope that counts as not metal. Why are you not letting me switch things? Oh, it's because it would make... Okay, I just need to check. Okay, so he can equip that. I can throw out all of the Fuku. And he can equip this, so I can throw out all the Kawanoboshi items. Fuku and Kawanoboshi. Okay. You need to equip ruby ring. You need to equip ruby ring as well. And then oh, no. I think we can throw out the other Kawanofuku. I think we can. Oh, I can't split it. We're just gonna throw you out because I don't need you. I can use Google if I really need to see the fucking world map. Okay. Now we throw out that final Kawanofuku. Need it. Fuku. Why did you not collapse those? You are very dumb. I'm also going to throw out these because I tend to just have Yang uses feasts. Now, even though I said previously that I want to be mini forever, well, that's different. You're not saying that because you're like, you have different intentions. There we go. Everyone is finally kitted up for this stupid fucking dungeon. Okay. Let's see how far. Oh, right. I forgot. This is because I was like, did my game fucking crash? I swear to God. Okay. None to Jidyoku ja. Korea. Hinsoku se no. Buki bogu o. 飛び人たら身動き取れんぞ。私の夢なら I like that Yang is talking about like my claws, like I can't, like he's talking about a piece of equipment that he's literally not equipped with. Whatever. Okay, so they're talking about how like, oh, we can't lift our metal equipment because it's all so heavy. But whatever. This dungeon is gonna be so fucking annoying. Yes. Okay. No, we want to get that treasure chest first. Let's go this way. What's inside you? Eye potion. Ah! Please don't punch me into the ground, Mr. Giant Man. Mr. Ogre. Yay, we got money. Kwaru no Hige. What is Kwaru no Hige? Kwaru no Hige. What is Kwaru no Hige? God damn you and your fucking back attacks. Stop it. Enough with your energy draining bullshit. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to be stopped. Good lord. It would also annoy me less if, for some reason, this emulator wasn't lacking. No! Why are they healed by lightning? They're in the air. That should do the opposite. I'm so furious. Are they weak to fire? Because his fire arrows are doing a lot of damage to them. And his ice rod did almost nothing. Why the fuck would bats be weak to fire? Why would fire be the element they're weak to? Okay. How we doing? Not great? Awesome. I think we will use some of them there potions I've been stacking up. Have you been hit with fire? You'd be pretty weak again. I mean, going by that logic, every enemy should be weak to every element. Because the thing is, being set on fire, being electrocuted, and being frozen is generally not good for the health of any life form. No, sure, okay. Sure, Jan. Let's see. Unicorn notes, no. Is Tsuno horn? Because if not, I don't know what we're collecting that is belonging to a unicorn. Damn it. Wait, did you rebel against Ella hitting you with lightning by casting slow on Yang? Also, I hate that Tsuno makes me think of Tsunamon, so yeah, probably a horn. Well, okay, I guess that's one of the good things about many of the Digimon having untranslated names is that they can be clues for us in this way. Christ almighty, this game is going to kill me. How is ice against these guys? Let's find out. Okay, I suppose. Speaking of Digimon, I did download the demo for the newest one. I haven't gotten very far into it. The opening is a little bit slow. I will admit that I find the opening a little bit frustrating with how slow it is, but I'm liking it for the most part. I really like the game mechanics. I really like the visual style. I may end up purchasing it. That would make it the first Digimon game that I actually buy, but so far I've been enjoying it. An ether, or an ether, I don't really know what the proper pronunciation, I think ether is the proper pronunciation in English. But it's one of those words that you don't really hear people say it very often. It'll be the first time that I end up purchasing a Digimon game, and it's also kind of ironic considering that I haven't bought the most recent Pokemon game. So, in all honesty, that's mostly because I would need to buy a Switch 2 in order to play Pokemon ZA, and I don't really feel like buying a Switch 2 for ZA. Maybe when the new one comes out, if it's like back to the more turn-based mechanics, then I would probably buy a Switch 2 for that. But I don't really like the way that battles are done in ZA from what I've seen. They just don't look like the kind of thing I would find very fun. I didn't really go out of my way to seek that out. I would have fun with it. No. right, let's... And also, let's give him only one. ZA can be played on regular Switch, but I think it's just compromises visual. But I did not know that you could even play it on the regular Switch. I thought it was Switch 2. Which way do I want to go? I don't know which way I want to go. Wah. Unless you mean... Well, I actually don't know if the... I don't know if the Switch 1 version is just a key... It's just a key card because I didn't even know it was on the Switch 1. So... But nah, I think it is fully on the cart if you get physical. I will have to look into that. I mean, to be fair, I don't really think I want to play it anyway. If anything, it's kind of made me look back at the other Pokemon Legends game, the Arceus one, and think, you know, maybe I should download that. Or maybe I should buy that one and give it a try. Another Ether! Because I also have not played the other Pokemon Legends game, but that one looks more like something I would enjoy. I just didn't get it when it came out. Oh, we ain't gotta see every pore of the Pokemon's face. I'm fine with that. I don't need to see every pore on the Pokemon's face. I was like that with Tomodachi Life 2. I thought it was only Switch 1. Is Tomodachi Life on the Switch 1? Because if it is, I might get it. Because I've been seeing a lot of stuff of Tomodachi Life. Careful, or some random artillery will hyper beam you into oblivion. It's on both? Oh, damn. I have to get it. My bro got ZA, so I may give it a try sometime. I mean, if you have a copy of it in your home that you could give a try, then yeah, it makes perfect sense to just give it a try and see how it goes. So you can get Tomodachi Life on Switch 1 or Switch 2, which is really great and explains why everyone is playing. Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of, like... I don't watch a ton of content creators, but the ones that I do watch have been playing a lot of Tomodachi Life, and it's been making me think, like... A lot of the times, I'll see, like, the Drawfee crew or... Secret Sleepover Society, or the people who I do watch a little bit of, I'll see them playing a game, and it's like, I'll enjoy watching them play the game, but I can tell that I just would not actually find it fun to play myself. I just find it fun watching them play it because of the silly hijinks they get up to is fun to watch. But with Tomodachi Life, I'm watching people play it, and I'm like, oh god, I know exactly. Like, I would just buy this game and fill it with, like, me's of all of my favorite anime. All the, like, I just, like, recreate the, like, every character from Hosamo that I like, and just, like, put them on the island and be like, now kiss. Is there anything in these boxes? Right, YouTube blocked its own links. God, YouTube is an interesting beast. We can use a tent here, and we have almost 50 of them, so we might as well. This will give us a good way to keep our characters somewhat topped off for a while. But on that note, I think this is where we're going to call it. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you will join me next time.